I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fashion Kajin Cosplay, and today we are watching with you guys Steins 23B.
Yes. Now, I've looked for it everywhere, and all I found was like a 10-minute clip. So tell me, we're gonna watch the 10 minutes clip, but tell me guys if I made a mistake, if it's not the actual thing. Maybe I know what this is though. I know this is episode 23 from the actual first timeline, the first Okarin that we saw in the future, who found their way to save Makise, sorry. And this is basically a different version of the ending of 23. Yes. So that would make sense why it's only 10 minutes long, but if I made a mistake, just tell me guys. No. In any case, today since it's only 10 minutes, we will watch this and then we'll move on to the first episode of Steins Gate 0. So let's go guys. Yeah. I'm guessing it's her because from the 23B, we saw
her in a computer.
I don't think that it's
a good way of healing though.
No, because it's like he's gonna be haunted by her every day. He's already pretty bad.
But, okay, if they really were able to stock a person's memory into data, that would be that this computer is sort of really Makise.
Yes,
maybe Computer Makise is gonna be able to shake him up and say, "You need to fight."
Yeah, but does he have access to her or anything? Because if he hears about her or sees her because of university work and stuff, it's just gonna twist a knife. And we know that he's not just okay with this because he tries still to bring her back. So it's not gonna be the perfect alternative.
Oh, wait a second. Suzu did say that because of Makise, they were able to... No, I don't want to look at those pictures.
It's my phone.
Okay.
Google phone. Wait. Yes.
Suzu did say that because of Makise, they were able to create a time machine and basically begin World War III.
That's the paper that her dad stole.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with this, though.
You think?
Yeah, because it's about the time machine. It's the thing that she gave her dad.
True.
And Cernium somehow ends up taking it, but Amadeus is not that. It's just that maybe it's going to lead to something else, but right now what I'm seeing is a reminder. Like, he's trying so much to run away from his past. He's going to, he's trying to go through hypnotherapy, maybe to let that go, maybe to forget, He is staying away from the lab, staying away from his friends. Anything that he sees that had something to do with what happened in Steins Gate traumatizes him. And now he's in his perfect little life away from all of that. And there she is. She's back hunting him. So to me, it's kind of a signal, a little hint that no matter how much he runs, he will never be free of her. She's always going to be there. So he will have to do something. We know he does. So that's why when I'm hearing Suzu, try to convince him by traumatizing him even more to help her save the future, I'm feeling really bad because I'm like, she's just giving him mental trauma that he doesn't need right now. Making him feel guilty.
The thing is, I understand why she's trying to do it.
Yes, for sure.
If you don't do something, a lot of people are gonna die. My mom is gonna be dead in the future. She needs to wake up and act.
I understand where she comes from.
Right now, he's so broken, his will is so destroyed, that seeing those facts is just hurting him more.
But that's the thing, like, Suzu only knows her future where everything is, like we saw in the episode, destroyed. Everyone is feeling bad. Everyone has lost someone. It's despair all around. I totally understand her, and I understand that she's desperate. What I don't agree with is her way of convincing Okarin, because we have been with him and she doesn't know what he's been through. He has suffered so much already, and being told that if he keeps going this way, the way he's going right now, billions of people will die, and it's going to be his fault, basically, because he's the only one who can do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not doing it the right way. Which, I mean, we can, like you said, we cannot fault her. We cannot blame her for this, because she doesn't know him the way we do, and she knows the future that we don't. So her trauma is also very present, and we cannot forget it. But right now, since we're more connected to Okarin, we're seeing him go through a lot of stuff, a lot of trauma, and a lot of PTSD, and I feel really bad because she's adding on to it. But now, I mean, like I said, he's in his new life, trying to be normal, trying to distance himself from everything that reminds him of Makise. His clothes, his persona, his name that he made up, the lab, his friends. He's really trying to stay away from all of that because it reminds him of her. But then in his new life, she shows up.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same, but then maybe, we don't know, like, we'll see. Like I said, I've seen the little girl. I've seen the girl in photos because I've been trying to find photos for the thumbnails of Steins Gate, and every time they bring up Steins Gate 0, so I've seen her face before, so she's important. So Amadeus is going to somehow be there. What we know also is that the first time around, what really helped with creating the machine was Makise's intellect, her knowledge. If they have access to Amadeus and they have access to her knowledge, she could help as well.
Do a time machine, you know?
Yes. And it's really cool, you know, having seen the end of Steins Gate and hearing Okarin, you know, say all this stuff about we're humans, I've seen what we can do, and there's a limit to what a person can change and stuff. And I'm like, it makes so much sense what he says later on, as in, you cannot change the past. You can modify it. So we know where he starts. We know where he's going to end. We just need him to find hope, find motivation again, and somehow find back his persona that he's trying to get rid of. Ugh. But I love, like you were saying, that we enjoy watching characters suffer because it's good drama. It's true, but
what I meant by that is it's not because it's good drama. It's just seeing a character going through so many emotions, it's bringing you on a journey, you know.
For sure, because we connect with him.
Yeah.
And but I've said it before in another reaction, maybe this show even, but one thing I do appreciate with Steins Gate is the fact that they don't get rid of the trauma. They don't get rid of the problem just because we moved on to another show. It's not gone. They have a character who's been through so much, and they stick with how a normal person would react to this much trauma. The PTSD freaks me out, but in a good way, because I love that they went this way with Okarin. Yeah. I don't like to see him be this crazy and this sad and this freaked out, but I love that they're making him take this very realistic route, because so many shows I've seen don't do that, you know. They just brush it to the side, and it makes the characters not look human. And this is an anime, but they made it better than other shows I've seen.
To be fair though, the central point, the main focus of the show is Okarin's trauma through the timelines. So of course they need to follow up with it.
I know, but
in other shows the focus is not on that.
But even in Steins Gate though, we don't see him feel the PTSD as much as we saw in this episode, because that wasn't the focus in Steins Gate. In Steins Gate, the focus was about him doing something, but now that he's basically accepted that there's nothing he can do, all he's left with is the emotions from the events in Steins Gate.
It's not that those are the main focus right now.
And I loved it. It's really sad, but it's so realistic, and it's poignant, you know, it's so good. Oh, I'm ready for this.
Are we twisted?
We are twisted, but that's why we do this. That, you know, that's why we like watching shows, you know?
Yeah.
It's the emotional journey they take us on that's interesting. So we met Suzu's mother. It makes sense.
we were wrong. It's not Mayuri. You told us, guys.
Yeah,
so it was a hopeful dream of
yes,
us.
because she was dead in the timeline where Suzu is there, you know?
True.
So she came from a future where Mayuri's not alive, so she couldn't be her mom. And now that we've met her, I mean, she's kind of random. Like, she showed up kind of randomly, but since she was a friend of Mayuri from the cosplay world, it makes sense that they would meet eventually because he's kind of a perv. And yeah. And she's everything that he loves, and I need to understand how she ends up loving him, but
I
it
really
will
hope
happen.
we're gonna see how they end up together.
Because right now, like, that's how I thought it was funny, because Ferris showed up and he started hitting on her right away,
But his future wife is right there.
I know, and he knows it, and Suzu knows it, she doesn't. But that's why it must be so awkward for these two.
But do you think that maybe it might influence the future because he knows that she's supposed to be his future wife?
Well, Okarin was saying that he doesn't see them being a couple, but Suzu is saying that if she's here, it means that it happens still. So,
but how? How is the question?
I mean, people change with time. Love can develop. She fell on his dick. Okay, that's how it happened. Okay, let's move on.
No, don't say it like that.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is already on Patreon. You can check it out right away, right now. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, it's fine. You can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.